Hello and welcome back to another video here in the Lego room. I hope you are well. Today we've got a ton of stuff to get done in the Lego room. You can already probably see behind me a ton of mess. We've got sets that haven't been opened, sets that haven't been built. We've got brick heads behind me, some of those that we built at the very start of 2025. I've also got C-3PO in my hand because he does not fit on the shelf next to R2-D2, so there's going to need to be some restructuring in this room. So lots to get on with today, including, you can see the nails behind me where some of the artwork should be. So there's plenty to do in the Lego room today. One of the problems that we have had recently over the last couple of weeks is the amount of brickheads that I did in backlog, and we've got a couple more to do today as well, probably in this video. And one thing that I've had to go and grab is another tiered stand. The tiered stand that we have currently is rammed, and we need another one now to get the rest of the Harry Potter brickheads onto. So let's crack this open, let's get it built, and let's get on with tidying up this Lego room. So I've got these stand again because it is really easy to put together and it is pretty cheap. It's not the cheapest thing you can get online in terms of a tiered stand, but it is less than £10 here in the UK, and for that reason alone I think it makes a really good display, not only just for brickheads but potentially for minifigures if you wanted to as well. Right, now that that's done, we are going to put those Harry Potter brickheads onto that tiered stand, and we've got a couple more to do. I've been sitting on this one for a little while. It's Voldemort, Nagini and Bellatrix, and that would put us up to 12 built Lego Harry Potter brickheads, which would be enough for a full stand for Harry Potter, and then a full stand for Star Wars, and then the other ones I'll sort of integrate into the back of both of the stands. So let's get these ones built and let's see what the final result looks like. So this is a set that I've been sitting on for a little while. I got a really good deal on it after it had retired, and was inspired to build it after I'd built the previous brickheads just before Christmas. And I started out with Bellatrix, who was arguably the most difficult of the three, as difficult as a brickhead can be, and that is because of the crazy hair pieces that you can see on the right hand side. Lots of 2x2 circular tiles, really kind of intricate to sort of put together. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. I haven't decided if I really like it or not yet. But one that I do really like, and it is quite a cute little figure, is that Nagini snake. I think some really nice pieces there to create that sort of circular motion on the very bottom, and it does look quite cute. It looks like something you would see at Legoland rather than something that's supposed to be quite intimidating. Speaking of intimidating as well, we've got Voldemort, who is the final brickhead on offer here, and on the right hand side of the screen you can see he doesn't have a lot going on in terms of his head structure, but he does have a really nice printed nose piece. Right, it's now time to get all of these down into one of these shelves. I'm thinking probably this one here, but I'm going to have a little bit of a play around, I think, with the sort of layout of this particular feature. So let's maybe time-lapse that. So that is all of the brickheads once they are off shelves. I mean, there is a ton of them there, and some of them a little bit dusty. I mean, the black always shows up the dust, but that is kind of a bit of a joke. So I'm gonna, thankfully I've still got the brick vacuum from a little while ago, so I'm gonna run it over some of these and let's place them. And this was incredibly satisfying to do. I did have to dust down the two units before I actually started off, and I actually do find it quite therapeutic to clean my Lego. I just don't do it as much as I probably should. I've gone for something quite simple here. You've got Lego Harry Potter on the left hand side and Star Wars on the right, and I think that is because I'm going to end up having the Lego Harry Potter sets above this unit, or in the cubes just above it. So at first I was a little bit miffed that they don't kind of, it's not cozy, there's sort of gaps in the corner there, you'll be able to see a gap between sort of Groot and Spider-Man as I take the camera totally out of focus, and next to Frodo as well. But we are ultimately also only about 4 or 5 brickheads away from it being completely full again, and then thinking about what the next step is for sort of condensing these. I mean, the good thing I've got about this situation is the fact that these can all be condensed. You can, if you're absolutely desperate, get 5 on per section. I think that will be the next sort of port of call, rather than getting another stand, which feels wildly excessive for somebody who didn't love brickheads 2 or 3 years ago. I am now sort of hooked, and yeah, there will be space to expand, but I don't think I'll be getting a glass shelf anytime soon for them. Let me take you through what I've done. It's quite simple, really. You've got all the Star Wars ones at the front here, and some of my favourites at the front there as well. Amidala, that is my favourite one of all the brickheads I have. Looks like that Gungan sub. Queen Amidala looks fantastic. Got Jar Jar in with her there. Maul and Ahsoka, felt kind of appropriate to have those two together. And you got Mando and Grogu behind. And as you move further up, Wally still has his Christmas hat on that I sort of manufactured just before Christmas, which I really like. Woody and Buzz at the top, rounding out some Disney there at the very top. And as you move to the other side, some of my favourite Harry Potter ones at the front there. You've got the Dementor and the Patronus along with Sirius at the front. And of course Harry, because it's Harry Potter, Harry has to of course be at the front. You've also got Voldemort in behind there as well with Bellatrix and that unusual hair piece. Crazy to look at. And Shacklebolt, I love that Kingsley piece. So many nice printed tiles on that one. And then as you make your way up as well, you've got some miscellaneous ones. You've got the Lord of the Rings ones there. And I'm thinking the Captain America ones will go in that gap at the very back there. Or maybe we'll move Groot around, or maybe we'll slide him in next to Red Hulk. But there is space to put some more in. One thing is definitely for sure, I won't be buying any more of these sort of shelves to assist with brickheads, at least not for the rest of this year, as long as I can hold out. Basically, I can't imagine I'll be buying a ton of brickheads in 2025. So for those of you living in the UK, this will give you an accurate timestamp of when this video was taken. It'll be about a week or so before it's released. It's currently snowing outside. We're kind of snowed into our house at the moment, and I say all that because I'm waiting for the ARC 170 to still turn up in the post, and that's something that will probably go into this unit. I'm going to try and clear some space for it today. What I do need to do is, however, the two mid-scale ships that were inside this particular unit, I do now need to find some space to put them back in, and ideally, if I can, potentially move that Millennium Falcon mid-scale set back into here as well, because one thing is for sure, I have a ton of sets in my backlog that now need to be moved into the Lego room. So after some consideration, I think I'm going to move the entire Harry Potter display and move it on top of the unit that you've just seen in shot before. It's become very cramped, very claustrophobic, loads of miscellaneous stuff in different cubes and on different shelves, and I think it's a better opportunity to display them on top of the big 16 unit that you've just seen behind me. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to integrate the Star Wars stuff into this corner. Let's get on with it. Let's see how it looks, and yeah, let's see what the final result looks like. So it is now tomorrow, and as you can probably tell from behind me, there is a ton of Harry Potter sets up on this shelf. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you through the room. I'm going to show you everything that I've moved around, basically try to keep all of Star Wars in one section, which is in the kind of position you would see where I'm normally doing a sort of sit-down theory kind of video with you guys. And I'm going to show you where there's a couple of gaps, because there's a gap just under the camera here for the Dark Falcon, and then there's a couple of little spaces, and I've had to take a few things off. So I'm not going to do a full room tour, but I am going to show you what I've done, and yeah, I'm sure it will change again within the next couple of months, but I will show you what I got up to last night. So across the top here, and it will change as we go through, because as you can see there's nails in the top where we were supposed to put artwork, but they will have to be moved. We've gone for the burrow, and I'm planning to get another unit to go in next to this particular unit, and the burrow will sit either in that or on top of it, allowing for the Hogwarts castle system that we're building to come to life over the course of the next couple of months. And you got Hagrid's in next to it, as well as that Prisoner of Azkaban mock from the back end of last year. And what we've done is we've decided to bookend, as it were, the wizarding shops. Of course, we're getting new ones in June, and that will have to change once again, but who knows, we might not even be in this room by the summer, so we will just wait and see what that looks like. Got that Borgin and Burke. It was a gift with purchase with the burrow, really nice and fantastic beast stuff in there. And yeah, that's basically what we're trying to do with the Harry Potter section as it go down. It's Harry Potter brickheads into Star Wars and some other miscellaneous ones as well. And then I've tried to the best of my ability, group some things together, and you can see it needs a bit of work and a bit of tidying up, but yeah, it's just a bit cluttered. We're probably going to need to take some more stuff off shelves, but there's also some stuff that's been taken off, so where this new unit will go, these are coming off. I do love that Shin Hati Starfighter. It just doesn't really have the space for it in this particular room at the moment. You've got minifigures in there as well. And on top of the unit in the corner, just under the window, which you never really see on camera for a whole bunch of reasons, because there's lighting sort of issue with this window, even though it looks really nicely lit in this particular shot, and also because we've got stuff that I sort of sell in that corner as well, so it's sort of a bit of a corner for everything, and it never really gets shown off, but it will just sort of stay here, I think, until we get a bigger room. And then on the desk, we haven't got anything on it at the moment. I'm about to start building it after this video, which will be a nice feeling. I feel like I've done enough sort of labour to start actually building Lego sets. You've got some Marvel stuff. Again, that will probably need to be sorted, but I've got it all in one area. The things that I want out just for general logistics. The Sanctum, the Rex helmet, you've got the Ghost, which I love as well, and then on the top there you've got the UCS sail barge, really nice. And if you go across the top, you can see C-3PO and R2-D2 together with that Millennium Falcon, which is quite tricky to place. And may we have to think about that once we get some more mid-scale ships this year. You've got the Peridia minifigures all in one corner there, and then you've got dioramas as you move further down. I've kept Hogwarts there, despite the fact it is Harry Potter. It's the only place it kind of fits. I do like having it next to my desk. As you go down, we've got almost a shrine to Boba Fett in the bottom here. And as you go up, the Superstar Destroyer with Vader's meditation chamber, which felt fairly appropriate. And you've also got some Funko Pops, sort of bookended with a couple of books there, and that mid-scale Death Star, which I may even build this year because we've got so many mid-scale sets. The Yavin set hasn't moved, which is quite convenient because it's a little bit awkward to move. And on the top, you've got some gift for purchase, which can be boxed up, I think, along with the Star Destroyer, some helmets, that Wrecker mug, and some more helmets as you move down. You've got the Onyx Cinder there with that Jod Funko Cad Bane, little sort of Mandalore scene in the corner there as well, and the extended hallway that I did, some dioramas, and then you've got the Mandalore fight team, which I think I'm going to expand in the next couple of weeks or so. And that leads us to this glaring gap here. This still needs to be constructed and have the figures put in. Hopefully we'll get that done in the next couple of weeks, or at least when we're back off holiday. And the reason there's a huge gap here is because the Dark Falcon, hopefully, will go in that spot. And that is where I'm going to leave the video for today, because I think I'm going to crack on with building this. Not entirely sure which of these videos will come first, whether it will be the room sort of switcheroo that we've been doing, or if it'll be either or both of these sets that you can see on the channel. But make sure you're following or subscribed so you can see both. Have a wonderful week, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye.